Carroll bringing it forward. Thompson's making the run. Carroll hangs on to it though. Still Davy Carroll. Could go all the way here.
Don't know what it is that makes me love you so. I only know I never wanna let you go. 'Cause you started something, you see, that ever since we met you had a hold on me. It happens to be true. I only wanna be with you.
Good evening and welcome to this week's Ringing the Blues live from the heart of High Wycombe in the studios of Wycombe Sounds with me, Phil Catchpole, and joined this week for a special live guest, Luke Leahy. Luke, how are you?
I'm very well, how are you?
Very good, mate. Good to see you back. Big game on Saturday. We'll go through all of that as well. But how's training been today?
Yeah, it was good today. Good intensity. All the new signings were training, so it was a good training session.
Yeah, 4 new boys in the building. Have you learned some impressions of all of them yet? Or?
Not yet. Give me a few days.
Right, we'll go through the Cheltenham Town game shortly. But first, let's get the full Liga Juan results with Uri in Mexico City.
We are ringing the blues from Mexico City. It's me, Uri, and here are the results for League 1. Oxford United 1, Reading 1, Bolton Wanderers 1, Barnsley 1, Burton Albion 0, Lincoln City 1, Charlton Athletic 0, Derby County 1, Cheltenham Town 1, Wycombe Wanderers 3, Exeter City 0, Bristol Rovers 1, Fleetwood Town 3, Port Vale 0, Leyton Orient 3, Carlisle United 2, Peterborough United 2, Wigan Athletic 3, Portsmouth 4, Northampton Town 1, Shrewsbury Town 1, Cambridge United 2, Stevenage 1, Blackpool 0. So Wycombe Wanderers made 7 signings in the January transfer window. So Chairboys Spanish this week, a busy transfer window. Okay, so how do we say busy in Spanish? Ocupado, like occupied. I'm busy, I'm occupied, don't bother me. So transfer, it's the same word, transferencia. And window, okay, this one is interesting because the etymology for window in Spanish is the Latin word ventus. Ventus means wind and ventana means window. So we share the same etymology. Window, ventana, Latin ventus. Okay, so a busy transfer window translates as una ventana de una ventana de transferencias muy ocupada. So, hope these 7 transfers and new recruits for Wycombe make our team go better for the second half of this tournament. That's it for this week. Until next time, back to England with my amigo Filiberto Cachapollos. Adios.
Cheers, Uri. Good to hear your voice back to full strength. Right then, Wycombe Wanderers headed to Cheltenham on Saturday in a really big game in League One. Here's what happens. Welcome to Wadham Road. Wycombe Wanderers taking on Cheltenham Town in League One. The window is closed. Lots of business has been done by both of these sides in the week leading up to this game, and it's a big game for Wycombe Wanderers as they look to try and pull away from the bottom 4. The first of 2 games against Cheltenham Town this month. Leahy puts the ball down in the quadrant. Sadlier is there as a short option, which means Liam Sercombe has come across to put pressure on that. Everyone else is in the edge of the 6-yard area, bar Taylor and Potts on the edge of the penalty area. Kane Vincent-Young defending for Wycombe in the centre circle. Good delivery this time. Southwood gets there, and it's into the back post. Jack Grimmer. Keeper had a real flapper that one, and Jack Grimmer knees it home at the back post to give the Chairboys the lead in the 19th minute. Wicked delivery from Leahy and Jack Grimmer. I'm not sure what body part it came off, but they all count. Long on the right hand side. Circum. Cleared by Grimmer, that cross from Circum, and now McCleary on the counter. Little 1-2 with folks, lovely stuff. McCleary's away. McCleary running towards the edge of the penalty area. Can he get a shot away? He can, and he scores! Gareth McCleary, absolutely clinical. The quality between Sam Vokes and G-Mac was top draw, rolling back the years, and Gareth McCleary rolling the ball into the bottom corner. It's Cheltenham 0, Wycombe 2. Butcher, ball into Vokes, offside flag, stay down. Vokes spins away, goes down, and the ref gives a penalty. Vokes was spinning away from Smith, was just about to pull the trigger and hit the turf, and he's been cleaned out by Smith. The referee took a cold, long, hard look at it and pointed to the spot. Penalty to the Chairboys. Gareth McCleary then approaches right-footed, and it's safe. Potts on the rebound, and it's there. Wycombe have got the goal. McCleary has his penalty saved, but Freddie Potts, alert in the box, drills it back into the 6-yard area, and Davis couldn't prevent it from crossing the line, and Wycombe Wanderers lead here 3-0. Corner comes in, looking for Shepherd. Shepherd hits it down. Taylor on the turn and scores. His first goal for the club comes 12 minutes into his debut after coming off the bench, and it's Cheltenham 1, Wycombe 3. And the referee blows his full-time whistle. Wycombe Wanderers with a win on the road in the league.
Gaffer, a great end to a very, very busy week.
Put the lights out. Really good end. I think it's obviously been a long week for more than one reasons, but really proud of the players today. I thought the application, the defensive attitude that we had to play with today was brilliant. But I've been proud of them on multiple occasions this season, not just because of the result today, the way they've applied themselves over a long period of time. I'm really proud. So obviously to get the result today is really pleasing.
All-important first goal in this division, and Jack Grimmer, a captain's performance today and a goal to kick things off.
Yeah, he took the words out of my mouth. I thought he was absolutely excellent today, Jack. We know that he can play right back, but I thought he was great on Wednesday evening, going on at centre half. And with losing Chris and Taff so close to kick off on Wednesday, we needed Jackie Boy to go and play centre half again today, and I thought he was absolutely brilliant. The leadership, the way he just does the right thing every single day in the training ground, the way he conducts himself. He's a proper team player, Jack, and to get his goal and the win today, I couldn't be more happy for him, because he is that guy that is there all the time.
And Sam Vokes and Gareth McCleary rolling back the years, a fantastic second goal.
Yeah, brilliant. I thought that G-Max had a real spring in his step since we've been gone to 4-2-3-1, and he's been absolutely fantastic. So yeah, he deserved that today, G-Mac, because again he's known for his attacking play and on the ball, but I think off the ball recently he's been absolutely fantastic. Again, leadership, the way he spoke after the game last week, and he spoke in the dressing room about taking accountability, and I thought he did that today in his actions.
He must have been delighted with the timing of the third goal as well. Obviously Darryl Clark would have got into his team at half time, but to score so soon after the restart would have been a real boost.
Absolutely. We spoke at half time. I didn't want to just come back and sit back on the 2 goals and hope for the best. I wanted us to still go and look to score the third and the fourth and kill the game off. Actually, we had a couple of chances to get the fourth, which didn't quite happen, but yeah, really pleased with that. Really pleased with the way the boys sort of clung together. There was a lot of balls put in our box, a lot of deliveries into the box from all over the pitch, and we really had to defend as a unit. We were probably undersized today, again losing the 2 big centre halves like we did so close to the game on Wednesday. But yeah, in terms of the way the boys went about their task today, I have to be really, really pleased.
And credit, I think, to Cheltenham too. Even at 3-0, it was a real brutal game after that, especially.
Yeah, it was, and we know, Darryl's a really experienced manager. He's done a wonderful job at a number of clubs now, and I knew that we were going to be in for a real tough game. It didn't disappoint us. We've watched enough of Cheltenham to know that there was going to be balls coming in our box. We knew that they were very good at seconds, sticking it in behind you and making it a real contest, and we had to stand up to that. at times early on I thought we could have been a little bit more intense about our play, but like I say, I'm really proud of the group because they've had a lot to knock them recently, and they've had a lot of obstacles and stuff to overcome, and this one result doesn't change that. What it does do is just give them a little bit of breathing space to thank them for their hard work, because hard work and togetherness, that team culture is everything for us. We have to carry that moving forward.
Matt Butcher signed in the week and straight into the starting lineup. How do you think he got on today?
I thought he's fantastic. I think he started the move for the corner for our first goal. Then it was his pass into Vokesy for the penalty. It's been really important for us to get a partner for Potsy when Josh is not there, and I thought that the two of them complemented each other extremely well today. It wasn't a huge amount of football played. As we move forward, I think that they can grow as a partnership, and we hope to have Joshy back soon as well to complement that unit. So listen, I think Butcher's a really big signing for his football club. I've admired him for a number of years now, since his days at Aki and then at Plymouth, and as when the opportunity came to sign him, I was really keen to do so. So thanks to Rob and Pete for backing me in that, because I think he's going to be a really big player for us.
And new faces on the bench as well, and a good time, I suppose, to get assimilated with the squad and everyone to get to know each other.
Yeah, I thought Bez was absolutely brilliant when he came on. The way he pressed and harried and blocked crosses, competed. Games like today, I spoke to the boys after the game about it takes so many different bits to go into winning performances, and today was all about that. And I thought Bez was brilliant when he did that. It's great to have Nigel on the bench as well, and these players are real good footballers and real good people. They've acclimatised into our football club quickly, and I'm really looking forward to having a full week on the training ground with them.
And personally for you, on Wednesday you were at Death's Door after the game. I can stand a bit closer to you today.
Yeah.
Late night Thursday, busy week, but all worth it, I guess, when that final whistle went.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a rough Wednesday, and then the late night Thursday, making sure we got Nige through the door on time, and then preparing for today's game and dealing with deadline day. And I woke up this morning, I think I'd gone backwards, but I've got a massive smile tonight because, like I say, I'm so proud of the group. The way they've conducted themselves all season, really pleased. The staff have been there supporting me all week with the illness and making sure we do deadline day right. We know we've got a big 12 weeks ahead of us, and we're really looking forward to it. So we've got a semi-final to look forward to in a couple of weeks, and first off we've got Peterborough next Saturday that we've got to prepare for. So yeah, I think I might take a day or two to recover and then come back fighting.
Enjoy next week, because after that it's pretty brutal, that schedule.
Absolutely, but it was the reason why we had to recruit the way we did. We wanted to make sure we had two players in every position as much as we possibly can, which I think we've pretty much done. We know that we've got a couple of big players out injured at the moment, so we look forward to welcoming them back. But I think the squad's going to have to be very adaptable in terms of game to game and week to week, because players are going to have to come in and drop out and take their break when they need it and be fighting fit and ready to go when it's right. The team's going to evolve from game to game, and it's up to us as staff to make sure we put the right 11 out each week, and it's up to the players to be ready to go, which I know they will. So listen, we've got a really busy schedule coming up, but we're absolutely looking forward to it.
There we go, the thoughts of the gaffer after that important win on Saturday. Luke, it was a huge win, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. We were just talking about it then, wasn't we? It was a much needed win, and it was probably a win that we probably deserved over the last couple of weeks with the performances, which we just didn't manage to get them 3 points. But yeah, it was I think it was more relief on Saturday once that final whistle went.
The 2-goal cushion must have been quite nice going into that final 10 minutes of the game, or 5 minutes plus the 5 at the end as well, just because of what's happened recently. To have that goal cushion, it showed you how being clinical can really help at both ends. Yeah,
definitely. I think we were ruthless, attacking sort of wise with the boys up the top of the field, and we were ruthless in our defending as well. So that cushion was nice, and even if they chucked everything at us and we sort of dealt with it, every ball was into our box, and Jack and Joe, it's been well covered the last few days how well they did on Saturday, and it was a massive sort of shift from everyone.
And Jack's obviously been working on that goal in training for weeks, right?
Yeah, he has, to be fair. We worked on that quite a lot, putting it in that area of his leg.
It's a great finish. Obviously the defensive partnership has been well documented. I think EFL Team of the Week, League One Team of the Week.
Yeah.
I think what's gone under the radar a bit is just how good Gareth McCleary's goal was.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was quite a weird goal because it was downhill as well. I know that doesn't probably mean a lot to the viewer, but there was a massive hill on Saturday, and the ball just sort of fell to him, and all Vokes had to do with, I know it sounds easy that it looked, but just touch around the corner because G's pace is still frightening at the age he is. So to do that and then to get composure and finish it off, and it was sort of a relief then when that goal went in, because we had the two goal cushion going into half time, and it's a position that we haven't really found ourselves in a lot this season, with a 2 goal cushion. So it was nice, and it was sort of a real away performance that we deserved.
We've got to talk about the penalties, because GMAC was on the penalties on Saturday because you had your one saved in the game before.
Yeah.
But Freddie Potts, full credit, because he was quickest to react by some margin.
Yeah, where was he last week when I missed my penalty? That was my argument. Brilliant from Fred. This is the thing with penalties. It's such a lottery. Sometimes it's a great save, sometimes it's a bad penalty, but it's having the bottle to go up and help the team and try and score the penalty. So no, nothing against G. I've missed 2 now this season, and it's a pressure moment that we all want to be involved in, and fair play to Freddie, because that 3rd goal was massive considering how the second half went.
I'm interested in the terminology here, because both your penalties were on target. The keeper had to save them, but you're calling them misses. Yeah,
to me they are. It's just it works so hard to score a penalty. I take so many in training, and then for them to miss or for the keeper to save it, it's like, well, that wasn't meant to happen. You know what I mean? But all 3 penalties are on target, so there's just some good saves that the keeper's got to make. And but listen, I think if we get another penalty, then it's all for grabs now.
Absolutely. Right, we've got Ask Luke coming up shortly, so get your questions in on the YouTube chat box, or you can find me on Twitter at BluntPhil or at Wycombe Sound. Send in your questions for Luke. We've actually got a bit of a backlog from last time as well, and we've also got a very special guest that we've had to pre-record due to a footballing clash. But we've got a special guest coming up after we've heard from the opposition fans, because we have to hear about the Cheltenham fans who are actually a bit more concerned about their own team than moaning about us this week. It's the opposition view.
Alf. Well, that was bloody embarrassing. We just handed them the game. We don't have anyone who looks capable of putting chances and half chances away on a regular basis since Alfie May left. Let's hope these new signings can put this to rights.
Come on, dude.
That ref was a disgrace. Smith didn't even touch Vokes, so how on earth can he give that as a penalty when he doesn't even make contact? That was it. Game over. Cheating Wycombe.
Jerry St. Clair.
We could have had Pierluigi Collina officiating today, and it wouldn't have made no difference to our ability to hit a cow's arse with a banjo.
Art Vanderlei.
That was poor. A really flat performance. It really seems like we need 15 chances to get a goal. At the other end, we just gift them anyway.
Samsa.
That performance alone was relegation worthy. We were well and truly laid out by a side that aren't exactly doing well themselves. We can still do it, but when you're 7 points from safety, you have to win games like these against fellow strugglers.
CS85.
I'm not really an optimist when it comes to football, but I still have hope. There are plenty of games left to pull other teams into a scrap, and the plus side for me today was seeing just how lethal Matty Taylor can be. Yeah, he's lost his pace, but get the ball to him in the box, and we're in business.
CTFC fan 99.
What was it? 1 win in 17 for Wycombe. I can't see us getting out of trouble now, to be honest. Too often we don't turn up against the teams around us. We never recover if we concede first, and we usually drop points if we score first. 18 games left and a minimum of 7 wins needed. I can't see it happening.
Ricky Agro.
When a team is in a relegation battle, I always look for the players who have fire in their belly. The players who are brave and say, "Give me the ball," and who try to create something. But too many were hiding today. Players not tracking runners and no energy. It was awful. The worst performance so far under Clark. We're League Two bound.
Cy Robin.
I honestly think it's going to take someone killing Lloydie before he gets a free kick. He was absolutely battered today and got no protection whatsoever from the idiots in black. I'm always loath to criticise refs, but the officials today were the worst I've seen at Whaddon Road ever. Even so, that doesn't excuse Wycombe's first and third goals or the defending in the middle for the second, as well taken as it was by McLeary. I'm not sure we were all that bad today, but the issue of being punished when you're not taking chances has reared its ugly head again. I don't think we're down yet. I'm ever the optimist, but we need to get out of this rut, and fast.
Benny Profane.
I just realised their centre-half, the number 17, is Josh Lowe's son. I think that might be the highlight of the afternoon for me.
Welcome back to Ringing the Blues, live here in the studios of Wycombe Sound with me, Phil Catchpole, and Luke Leahy. Luke, we've covered your impressions quite a bit, haven't we, on this show? What's one of your favourite ever impressions, say, of a comedian?
So many to choose from. If I was to do what I'd be, Henning Wehn.
Go on, give us a bit of Henning.
Well, I'm a Wycombe supporter, and now I go to watch Hastings as well, so...
We wanted to get him on live to surprise you because he's off to see Hastings tonight, his other team tonight. We spoke to him earlier on, and it went on for a little bit longer than we thought, this chat, didn't it? Producer Luke has done sterling work here. Here's 5 minutes of me and Luke chatting to Henning Wehn. Henning, I want to speak to you about the similarities between your gig that I saw you do the other week and pre-season for Luke, because you were out testing material for your tour, which is very much the pre-season friendly of the comedy circuit. And then obviously Luke can give us the insight from being a footballer in a pre-season. So you were basically trialling jokes out, and Luke plays for a team that trials players out. Obviously there's going to be similarities, some work, some don't. But how's your preparation going for your long season ahead?
Well, funnily enough, I think it's an interesting comparison, but I would almost say, as a stand-up, you're more the manager in all that, and the jokes are the players. And you think you've written some good players, and then you have got them all on a sheet of paper, and then you think, now what formation do I play now? Do I play I have got this joke / player. Where is that player best positioned? Near the top of the show, or could it be a good link-up player, a joke, and later on in the show, or is it maybe even a closer, centre forward? So there is that comparison. You have got lots of stuff. It's almost having the jokes is one thing, but it will only work if you have got a good narrative to hang them all on. So you really have to find a system that suits the material you have gotten. Then jokes, there can be some jokes that are really, really good, but they don't fit the narrative. And then even if you put them in and they're good jokes, somehow they destroy the flow of the whole thing. So you're better off saying goodbye to a really good joke, bench it, and then essentially let the rest of the team, the rest of the narrative, do a bit more of the lifting.
Luke, does that make sense from a playing point of view?
Yeah, definitely. I think, obviously, the manager could sign 2 or 3 really great players, but
it doesn't sort of fit the way that he probably wants to play. So it's a little bit like Henning could have two really amazing jokes, but it doesn't fit sort of how his session's going. So it is similar, yeah. Does he go on? Do you do a lot of running for your shows, Henning?
I do a lot of standing up.
Stand up, nice.
So
that's the only difference in pre-seasons, isn't it?
Yeah. So essentially, the prep work is done on bicycle rides.
Henning, the way you just explained this, I can't understand why there aren't any stand-up comedians managing football teams.
Well, Gavin Webster, he was the commercial manager at some club in the northeast, like Cheltenham Town or something. So so we had him at least on the commercial arm of a football club. But it's also obviously a clash, isn't it? Because you tend to gig on a Saturday, and then the football games tend to be on a Saturday. So I think you have to be, if you're the manager of a football club, it is better if you're there.
Could you not get someone else to tell your jokes while you're managing the team?
Yeah, I mean, you could just become a writer, or you essentially what you want to find. Well, what you want to build up really is a franchise, isn't it? Where you have got like people doing, like you, for example, doing impressions of me. So if I could send you to Benidorm, all the clubs and then essentially that would be ideal if I had people all over the world doing my act, giving me 10% of the takings. Yeah, phenomenal.
Well, I'm glad we've found something positive from this conversation. It's fantastic. Henning, we should let you go because obviously I know you were dyed-in-the-wool Wycombe Wanderers fan, but you also follow your local side, Hastings United, and as you mentioned earlier, a big game for them tonight, and we don't want you to get lost in the crowd.
No, I get picked up 7:20, and that is quite good, because if you get there too early, the whole of because I've carried on with the dry January. And that is always a conversation stopper, and never in a good way. So, and if you're at the clubhouse too early, then what are you drinking? What are you drinking? I mean, you only want to tell about 5 times the story, then you're on water or something. And well, what's wrong with you then? So so therefore, if I get there as close to kickoff as possible, that's doing me actually a great favour.
There we are, an excerpt of our chat with Henning Wehn. You'll be able to see the full version of that on this week's pre-match drills, and no doubt we'll share it across the club channels at some point too. You didn't do that on BBC Shrewsbury, did you?
No. Wycombe brings different possibilities, doesn't it? That was amazing.
I do like the whole kind of... I went to see Henning in his tiny pub with Ben, who's a friend of mine, who's a Wycombe fan as well, and he literally just had like a stack of paper just going through jokes, and he says he does 60 gigs like that to work out his tour show. Imagine doing 60 pre-season friendlies.
It'd be carnage, wouldn't it? The team would change every week. That's the thing though, his jokes must change from his first show of his pre-season must be completely different to his first show of the actual stand-up starting. So it'd be interesting how many jokes he chucks away and how many changes he makes.
So we've set the bar now, because if you now start doing impressions of other famous people, we're going to have to get them on as well now. So
that's it now.
We'll throw down the gauntlet to you. We've got Ask Luke. We did. This was very successful last time. Questions are flying in now as well. So you can ask Luke anything, which is perfect. So he's a Wycombe Wanderers player. He plays for your team. Get your questions in and we'll put them to Luke now. This one's just come in and I quite like this as a starting point. Do you find the FIFA computer game stats demotivating? My son insists on having you in his all-star team, but frankly you're being carried.
From Matt Bloomfield. I've not played that for a few years.
It's not called FIFA anymore, is it? It's something else.
No,
now.
I'm not sure.
I think it's got another name.
No, since having my little boy, I've not touched the PlayStation.
But for those who are unaware, it's got all the top 4 divisions on, all the players, and it's got your all stats. So obviously, it's got like your Messis and
the ratings,
your Sons and all these other people. So obviously you can't be on a level with them in terms of that. So I think that's where they're coming from the question.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that you're still sticking with me there.
Yeah, absolutely. Building the team around you. The question is, we'll find out some more about FIFA or other FIFA Wycombe stories. Obviously, we had Bayo for years, who was the strongest in the entire game. David Alderman says, "Hi Luke, how many times have you played at Wembley, and do you fancy another trip there?"
Yeah, I've never played there.
Wow.
No, I've never been there.
Really?
No, never.
Not
never
even to
been
a
there.
gig or anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that'll be a special moment if we can get through Bradford, obviously, and then that'll be a special day out, and it's something that the club's been used to, isn't it, for the last probably 3-4 years. So hopefully, me and the other lads can be a part of it and experience a special day at Wembley.
This is interesting because obviously the fans have got a weird relationship with this tournament after the under-21s were put in it a few years ago. That's been reflected in the attendances throughout the group stages, etc. Now everyone's talking about it because we're one game from Wembley. But the one consistent thing that I've spoken to with every player from every single game is it's a chance to get to Wembley. Yeah. It's a big thing for you, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, it's very rare or likely that a League One team is going to make a semi-final or final. So that's probably our best opportunity, other than probably playoffs, to get in there. So a great opportunity for everyone. I think by every game we've gone out to try and win it, and the teams that the managers picked have been very strong. So it's a competition that we've seen that we could get a chance to play there, and we're 90 minutes away.
It is 90 minutes. It's an away game on a Wednesday night. So it's a Wednesday. The Tuesday night is the Blackpool Peterborough semi-final. They're both on TV as well. It's a long away day, isn't it? But so close. Is it better that it's not over two legs, or do you think the one-off is perfect, or the two-leg gives you a bit of an insurance even if you don't have a good game?
Ask me after the first game.
The only game.
The only game, yeah. No, I think one leg. Yeah, I think it's better. I think for the competition that it is, I still do think fans have their suspicions over it. I think one leg is perfect. So hopefully on the night we're better than them, and we get the win, and and then it's a long away trip, but it'll be a great journey back if we are on our way to Wembley. Yeah, absolutely.
Sue McLeod says, who do you room with on an away trip?
No, so a few of us just room on our own now. I think the older you get, but I do have Dale Taylor comes into my room honestly every time on an away trip. Can't get rid of him. So I don't room with anyone, but Dale Taylor is constantly in my room. So yeah.
What's it like the night before a game then? Because presumably it's sort of loading up on carbs and the right sort of diet and nutrition. But what else are you doing? An early night, I presume, as well.
Yeah, I think that's why some players like to room on their own, and because people prepare for a game differently. Some people like to go to bed, late. Some people like to go to bed really early. So yeah. But I think for the last couple of weeks we've been playing a game called Wolf. It's where I think there's about 16 or 17 of us playing. It's a bit like Traitors, that was on BBC, but it's with the cards. It's called Wolf, so it gets everyone involved, and it gets everyone laughing and on their toes. So it's a really good game especially with new signings as well. It brings everyone together.
That was going to be my next question, because we had a busy window, so there's some new faces in the squad. So the perfect chance, these long away trips, to get them sort of assimilated into the Wycombe way.
Yeah, definitely. I think the way you've just said it, for me, Gideon, he was a really quiet lad the first couple of days, and then we went to, I think maybe Wigan. We stayed the night before, and we played Wolf, and he was one of the Wolves, and he was lying, and he was loud, and I was like, where's this guy been for the last few days? And so it brings them out their shell, and it makes them feel comfortable. So yeah, it is a real good time, and away trips can be quite long and boring, but it's a real chance for new signings to sort of integrate themselves and show them who they are away from the training pitch.
I know. With the recent run of form and stuff, I know some fans have written to some of the players and given you some treats recently.
Yes.
On a match, I think, waiting by the players' entrance. How did that feel? Were you one of the lucky recipients?
Yes, I was one of the few that got a nice little goodie bag and a lovely letter from Sue. So it was really nice. It was just something that you didn't expect, and for it to be at our pegs, it was just a nice letter saying we're behind you, we're with you, and it was just a real nice. I think it just sums up the football club for me. I've said it plenty of times that it's just a different football club to anywhere else, and moments like that is why.
Michael Chef, you have great questions, Chef. You should maybe be sitting in my chair. He said, you've played everywhere from Falkirk down to Wycombe during your career. How difficult from a personal standpoint are the long moves, and what goes into your decision-making process?
Yeah, so Falkirk, I was only 18, and I'd sort of been rejected from like Birmingham, Peterborough, so it was sort of last chance saloon, and I just went with it, and thankfully I'm sat here today from that decision. So but for moves like Bristol Rovers to Shrewsbury to Wycombe, I live in the Midlands, so it's sort of a very good commuting area. I stay down at Wycombe a few nights a week, but I've never really had to move house and move my little boy and my wife, so I've been very lucky during that. Yeah,
that's an important point, because a lot of players have got young families, and schools, nurseries, jobs of partners and stuff. It isn't just your decision, is it? Yeah, absolutely. It is. So many different factors go into it, and we don't sign 5-year deals or 4-year deals where you can move and you're settled. It's majority just 2 or 3 year deals, or even 18 months. So there is a lot of thinking going into it, and it's not just the player that gets affected, it's the partner or the children or the family. So there are different factors, and I think the older I've got, the more reasoning why some fans might see a decision of a signing going somewhere. Why is he going there? But I think if you look into it, there's more reasons than just one. Chairboy 84 on Twitter says, what's the most ridiculous pronunciation of your surname you've heard within a football setting? You're one of Michael Jackson, probably. The Leahy. I used to be called Leahy, and it really, I don't know how someone's got Leahy from that. So that really annoyed me. But I get it everywhere I go. Like if I'm somewhere and they go, "What's your name?" I go, "Luke Leahy," and then, "Oh, how do you spell that? How do you pronounce that?" So that was one thing where my wife, when we got married, my wife was like, "Oh God, I've got to take your second name now, haven't I?" So, oh, no. But yeah, probably Leahy. Okay, what's this is I think a certain fan group obsessed with condiments. They want to know what's the greatest sauce ever created. I've just been to Wagamama's with you. You know your food. Yeah. You certainly know the Wagamama's menu. Yeah, the menu, yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to be a little bit out. I'm going to go, there's a TGI's sauce. It's like you get it with like sesame chicken. I can't remember what sauce it's called. Producer Luke, do you know what it is?
It used to be the Jack Daniels.
Yeah, it used to be, yeah. Okay. Can't remember what
TGI, isn't it?
TGI's sauce, yeah. So not your typical tomato ketchup or mayo or anything like that. You said the magic word there, I think. Mark says it's called FC24 now, FIFA, by the way. Right, okay. And he says, Luke, can you do an impression of Phil? Should we do some ads and you can work on it, and then you've got 2 minutes to practice, and then we'll come off the back of the ad to see if you can do an impression. No, give me till the next radio show. Okay. I'll have to study you a little bit more than I actually do. I do more. I study you all the time, don't I? We do, yeah. I just stalk you. But every time we turn the camera on, you just generally appear. Yeah. So give me a few weeks. Okay, I look forward to that. We've got some ads coming up. We've got Till Death Us Do Part to follow as well, with Ryan Isaac, who is a massive Wycombe fan, who also is a ticket manager at Wycombe Wanderers too. And we've got some more time for some Ask Luke as well. It's Till Death Us Do Part, where we talk to Wycombe Wanderers fans about their love of this great club. It's like a marriage. Your club is for life, and we're bringing the average age of participants down significantly by welcoming Wycombe Wanderers fan and also club employee Ryan Isaac. Ryan, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Currently preparing for Brighton at home. It's all fun and games, working in ticketing and in sport.
What's your job title here at Adams Park?
How shall we put it? Well, officially I'm the Ticketing and Supporter Services Executive. So with that I'm the club supporter liaison officer. I also do work with our EDI committee, disability and access and supporters. Yeah, my job's very varied.
Where did your journey with Wycombe Wanderers start? When did you become a fan?
Became a fan in the 2009. Just came on a whim, really. My dad was like, "Oh, there's a local football game on. Let's go down." my knowledge of football is not the best, but I just thought it's people kicking a ball, and whenever that ball goes in the net, it's a goal, and you stand up and cheer. What more could you ask a child at that age to stand up and cheer and scream as loud as you want?
And how is it? I mean, I understand this more than anybody. When you love the club and then you cross the line and you now work for them, how is it working for the club you love?
Your brain does like a full-on 360 flip. You have to. We always say you put a cap on being a fan, and then you take that cap off, and then you put another cap on being an employee. But it's fun. It is fun when you get doing it and you get involved, and yeah, that's what we like.
Highlights working for the club?
Well, when I first joined my first year, when I was 18 years old, obviously in this position, I was lucky to be part of the team to do Wembley. So for me, that will always be a highlight at the age of 18, working Wembley Stadium, working at this football club for Wembley Stadium as well. So very special indeed.
Wonderful. Right, let's talk about being a fan, which is what this is all about. Something old, your favourite ever Wycombe Wanderers memory?
Ooh, something old. It's always been something that's just stuck in my mind, is Crawley away. I can't remember the year exactly, but just Crawley away in general, where they split the away fans into two sections. And just something that's always stuck with me, obviously being a younger supporter as well, is it was like left side give us a song, right side give us a song. But just that unity, I think, was great as well. No matter what was going on the pitch, just the unity between fans at that point, just interaction was just fun. And yeah, it's always something that's stuck with me.
I don't think anyone said Crawley about a favourite ever in life, so that's a first, I think, not just for this podcast, but just for podcasts in general. But the thing that instantly reminded me of the fans split into two, MK away in the semi-final. That went well, didn't it? Oh yeah, that went very well. Sporting advantage, as some might say. Yeah, but again, working for the club and obviously being a fan, I was on the left side. I was in the split. No, again, that worked well that day. I guess you'll know the answer to this, or not the exact answer, but we got limited the amount of tickets. I guess we could have sold however many thousands of tickets for that game had we been allowed to. I think a few fixtures before, you might have seen Sheffield Wednesday, I think, sold around 7,000 in that away end. So definitely could have sold more. I believe the reason was because there was a concert going on the week after, but that's the week after, not the week we're going to be playing football. But no, 2,000 fans being there was really good, really fun, and I just remember crying at that full-time whistle thinking, right, mindset's now on Wembley. Yeah, I remember that too. Right, something new, your favourite member of the current squad. Now, this is a tough question, obviously, because you get to see him coming in and out of the office. Yes, very good moments for some of the players. Just when you see them in that glimpse in a moment where they're just walking through the office on a match day, it's really good. Favourite player? See, I've got two in mind, but I feel like I've got to cut it down. Let's... Luke Leahy. I think as well he's becoming a fan's favourite with everyone. Just, happy guy, always says hello, and really good on the football pitch as well. Yeah, he's a great player, great character. I guess you look after the players' tickets requirements as well. Have we got any divas? Oh, not this year. Previously we had lots of players using each other's tickets. So I think we had one player one time use 3 different players' sets of tickets. So they had 18 tickets for one player. But no, this year, actually, to be fair, the players are very good at allocating their own tickets and using their own tickets or asking each other. I don't really get involved anymore. Right, on to something borrowed. Favourite ever loanee or player you wish that we'd signed that we never did? Again, I think for me, the one that sticks out is Eberechi Eze. Fans' favourite, great footballing ability, and just seeing where he is now, perfecting the Premier League and doing well for Palace. Yeah, I think it's amazing. I just wish he would stuck around a bit longer. Are you like me and a lot of other fans? We take an element of pride. Yes. Because I don't think he would be doing what he's doing now without us. No, exactly. I think when you look back at some, especially, I follow Twitter quite a bit, you see Twitter accounts saying, oh, look at Eberechi Eze coming from QPR. He's a chairboy at heart. That's where he started, and that's where he took off, shall we say, from there. Those goals at Cambridge, right foot, left foot, both in the same top corner. I don't think I can remember a brace any better than any Wycombe player, and I'm a lot older than you. I can't remember anything anywhere near that. No, I always, every now and again, it comes up on the Twitter timeline, and just sit there and look back at it and go, wow,
what a time that was, but as well, just what incredible footballing ability.
Right, we're sat metres away from the club shop. So we're on to something blue. This is your idea now, or even your favourite ever piece of club merchandise or idea for a piece of merchandise that we're missing out on as a club. What is it?
Missing out. See, my favourite piece is the bucket hat. Love it. I can't, in the summer, I'm not seen without it. So I think there's multiple photos online where I'm wearing it. It's abroad. And it's what got me recognised on a Barcelona tour with a Spanish young lad come up and said, Akin Fenwa, Wycombe Wanderers. And I'm like, brill, I'll wear it more often. So I think, if we were going for a new item, I think let's adapt the bucket hat by going reversible. A reversible bucket hat with home and away kits on either side.
Oh, so the green stripes on the inside.
And then the quarters on the outside, and then feeling something different today, flip it inside out. Reversible bucket hat.
That is genius. What about the third kit?
Maybe we could do like a little flag that goes in the top or something.
I like this. Reversible bucket hats is perfect. And what about the favourite piece of merchandise that we've ever sold?
Favourite piece of merchandise? I would go for something current, actually. And it's something very simple, an autograph book and pen. I think you can't go wrong with something so basic.
Look, in this day and age of TikTok, I'm with you. An old-fashioned signature. And here at Wycombe, of course, you can do that every home game, can't you?
Yep. Be at the players' entrance before and after a match. Players are more than happy to take some photos and even an autograph, sign some shirts, whatever you want. They're more than happy to do it.
Ryan, keep up the great work.
Thank you.
And thanks for taking part on Ringing the Blues. Till death us do part.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Ryan. Ryan is the man that helps you out when you need all your ticketing stuff sorted out. He's an absolute diamond, based down at Adams Park, and a massive Wycombe Wanderers fan to boot. Clearly got slightly questionable taste, though, Luke, because you're his favourite current player.
Yeah, I'll give him that tenner on Saturday.
Yeah, you're getting really nice seats for your family, aren't you?
yeah. I'm out of pocket now. The amount of times I've given someone a tenner to say I'm favourite player.
You do. I need to start a league table now to start working out. That's not your first appearance in this feature.
No.
So yeah, watch this space. We'll do a league table for the end of the season. This question links in perfectly, in fact, because Helen's just tweeted in saying, "Does your wife like football? How does she react if you lose? And which player's wife/partner is the biggest football fan?" That last one's dangerous.
So what was the first one? Does
your wife like football?
Yeah, I think she puts up with it. Yeah, no, she does. She comes to every game. To be fair, every home game with my little boy. My little boy loves it. I showed you the pictures earlier of him wearing. He goes to sleep in his Wycombe kit and everything.
Oh.
So yeah, and football's on the telly all the time, isn't it? So yeah, she does like football. And then what was the other one?
How does she react if you lose?
Yeah, she knows. Yeah, if we get in the car, especially after a home game, it's quite a quiet journey for a little bit, and then we'll get talking. So she understands. And then I don't know who the most fan. Who's a fan? I'd say Lars, my wife's up there because she just comes to every home game with my little boy. So yeah, good question though.
I think the families play such an important role, don't they? Because like you say, when you get in the car, it's almost like a counselling role at that point, isn't it?
Yeah, because their sort of weekends depend on our results, sort of thing. I've got to the stage now where I don't take it home. I used to be terrible. If we got beat, I'd be awful and that. But there is. They play such a massive part. They see every high, they see every low, and they're sort of like the punching bag of everything, because they take everything. They, like I say, they take the win, they take the loss, and they see us at our best and at our worst.
Equally, then, when you've had a few wins, does she bring you back down to earth again?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she always say, "I could tell you've had a few wins because you're giddy and all that." So, so go and put the bins out.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. I want to ask you a bit about celebrations, because it's been a big topic in football with the James Maddison has been doing the dance celebration, isn't he? And he got a bit upset, didn't he, about Neil Maupay, I think, for Brentford scored at Tottenham at the Tottenham Stadium and did the dance celebration. You've got your own sort of celebration as well. Can a player own a celebration?
No, not really. I don't think so. I think Ronaldo has owned his. I think maybe a few others, but if someone ran off doing the aeroplane celebration, I wouldn't do what Maddison did. But I suppose I'll do the Z as well for my little boy. If someone did that, I'll say that's a little bit awkward. But but no, I think it's part and parcel. I think if anything, it's just a bit of banter. I don't even think I look at the opposition celebrating a goal, just sort of turn around and walk back to the centre circle. So. So yeah, no, I wouldn't have too much issue with it.
It's such a great moment though for the fans and everybody, and for you if you scored or your teammate. I think it should be enjoyed, really, shouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what we're all there for.
Yeah, I don't know even if Mopé was doing it to annoy Maddison. Like, who knows? Mopé might play darts himself. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it was just one of them. I think it was to go 1-0 up as well. So Maddison probably wasn't happy, but he had the last laugh obviously because they won the game.
Now, if, say, for example, hypothetically speaking, you stuck in a 30-yard free kick in the top corner, the last minute at Bradford and sent us to Wembley, you could do the Ronaldo celebration then, right?
No, I don't think I ever would. But that would be nice, wouldn't it? If that happened and then got the aeroplane out on Sky Sports.
James on YouTube has said, what's been the best stadium you've ever played in, apart from Adams Park?
Ibrox was special. Played at Ibrox on we played on Remembrance Sunday, which is a big thing obviously for Rangers, and usually the referee's bell goes at 2 or 3 minutes to 3, because so much was going on we had to be out at 10 to 3, and it was such a special moment. Like, they had the cannons going off and everything, and then obviously the atmosphere leading up to it was special. So I'd say Ibrox.
Joseph says, what do you think about the fans coming together and putting a coach on for Bradford in 2 weeks? I think I'm not sure if that's actually happening or if it should happen, but it's on TV. It's a long way to go on a Wednesday night, but there will be fans there. So I'm guessing you want to see as many familiar faces as possible. Yeah,
I think it'd be nice to see as many fans as there as possible. But listen, as players do know, it's a difficult journey to get all there, especially with it being it's an 8 o'clock kickoff, isn't it? So usually these kickoffs are 7 o'clock in this competition, and that extra hour is a massive difference. So but yeah, any fans that travel up there, we will appreciate it, and I think there's just something going on in the stadium. Maybe they're trying to sort that out to watch the game. So yeah, hopefully as many people up there and as many people watching it to hopefully get this club at Wembley again.
Coming to the end of the show now, but Peterborough on Saturday. Peterborough having a great season, although they did lose last Saturday, and they're playing tonight. Obviously we won't know what happens tonight until for another couple of hours, but it's a huge game for Wycombe Wanderers in front of their own fans as well.
Yeah, it'll be a difficult game. They're in a great run of form. I know they got beat on Saturday by Wigan. They nearly come back at the end, but they've got some really good players, some good individual players. So we'll have to be 100% for the whole game, and hopefully we can sort of take the same defensive performance as Saturday and the same attacking performance as Saturday, and hopefully show the fans that we're back to winning ways and make it 2 wins in a row.
Wycombe Wanderers getting the results together to hopefully pull themselves away from the bottom 4 and make it a calm end to the season. Yeah. Peterborough, however, though, different kind of pressure. They're now coming into the business end of the season, competing for those top 2 places. What's the difference between those 2 pressures?
Well, at the minute, one's a good pressure and one's sort of a bad pressure. Because
what effect does it have on you, though? Is it any different?
No, I wouldn't say with decision making or anything. I just think there's more probably excitement in their camp because they are going for promotion, and there's sort of more anxious sort of movements in ours. But we that isn't saying that we feel it. It's just the results at like Lincoln, Port Vale, them last minute equalisers for them sort of are very demoralising. But listen, we've had some good performances, and barring that last minute goal against us for Wigan, we'd be 5 or 6 unbeaten as well. So we have to think of the positives, and we'll go in there at home, and hopefully we can get 3 points. And a tough week, but a week that we all want to be involved in, and hopefully by the end of next week we have some quite a few points on the table again.
Well, Luke, thank you for joining us in the studio. It's going to be a few weeks till we can do this again because there's so many midweek games coming up. Get down to Adams Park on Saturday, everybody. Get behind Luke and the boys. Massive game against the Posh. And we'll be back next week as well for more Ringing the Blues. Thanks for taking part, everybody. Have a great week.